All right, you guys, welcome to class. My name is Teacher Chad. This hour, we're going to be practicing our speaking just a bit as we talk about the topic. Our topic today is travel. The link to our questions is in the class materials section. If you cannot find it, I'm placing it in the Verbling chat box. Doesn't look like that went through. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Cool. So it's in the Verbling chat box, and I'm also placing it in the Google chat box. Okay, very good. Let's see who we have in class so far. Hi there, John. How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you. Where are you from, John?
I'm from Mexico.
From Mexico. What part of Mexico?
Veracruz.
Veracruz. Okay, cool. Cool. Good to have you here. All
Sorry?
right. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, David. How are you? Nope, not right now. How about Antonio? Hi, Antonio. How are you?
Hello, teacher. Hello, everyone. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Good to have you here. Let's see. Amparo. Hi, Amparo. How are you? Nope, not working. Let's see here. Philip. Hi, Philip. How are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine. Thank you.
Good. Great to have you here, Philip.
Thank you, teacher.
Good. All right. Let's see. David, let's try your... Oh, there you are. Yeah, I can hear you, Amparo. Hi.
Okay, thank you. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Okay. David, let's try your microphone again.
Hello.
There we go. Now I can hear you.
Yes, I think your connection is broken from time to time.
My connection's a little bit? Maybe. I might lower it just a little bit. We'll see. Okay. And Anna? Hi, how are you? Or is that just Carolina? Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's just Carolina. Hi, Carolina. How are you?
Hi, teacher. How are you? Good, thank you.
Excellent. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
All right, very nice. And Carolina, where are you from?
I am from Colombia.
From Colombia. Okay. What part of Colombia?
I live in Bogota, the capital city.
Okay, Bogota it is. All right, very nice. Okay, you guys. So this hour we're going to be talking about travel. I'm going to be sharing my screen here. We're just going to be going through a list of questions. The whole idea here is to have you speak as much as you can. Okay, and so as we go through, okay, hopefully, let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Good. If you get a question that you don't really like, that's okay. You can ask me for a different one. And the whole idea, like I had mentioned before, is just so that you guys can speak and talk. Okay. So as you're going through, I will be taking notes on what you say. Then we'll go over your answer. Okay. We're mainly looking at grammar. If you have any issues with pronunciation, I might talk about that as well. But I'm specifically looking at grammar and how you're putting together your answers, making sure that they are coherent. Okay, that they make sense. Okay. Very nice. All right. Let's see here. Marco, hi. How are you? Marco. Nope. Okay, not working. Okay, Amparo, let's start off with you. All right, let's see here. Okay, Amparo, how many times have you gotten lost while traveling? Or have you ever gotten lost, or do you know anybody who has? And tell me what happened if you could.
Well, generally when I traveled, I just use a tour with a guide. So I didn't have that kind of trouble. The last time that we traveled for ourselves was with all my family, that we were in 7 cars, and when we didn't know how to get there, we were asking to people around the place, and they were saying, pointing out where the place was. So we didn't have any trouble to get to the place that we supposed to get. And yes, it was at the beginning. Yes, we were the highway with the signs, but specific this place, it was not in the principal road, so we have to turn. But fortunately, there are always people that know the place because they live there, and they can give the indication.
Okay, very good. All right, and where did you go where you rented 7 cars? It was 7 cars that you were traveling with?
Yeah, so my whole family, everyone in their cars. You know,
Holy
we
cow.
have a big family, so we were in 7 different cars, but we was one car behind the other.
Wow, that's a caravan is what that is. That's amazing.
It was a caravan, yeah.
Okay, very cool. All right, so let's take a look here. Okay, so first up you said the last time we travel all ourselves, okay? So here we want to make sure we're staying in past tense. Last time we traveled, okay? And say we could say by ourselves, okay? Last time we traveled by ourselves or without a tour guide, okay? So yeah, we want to make sure that we're saying traveled, okay, like so, and then yeah, that person is a tour guide. Make sure that that D at the very end comes jumping out. Yeah, because it sounded like you said tour guy, like it was just some dude. Okay, but yeah, it's guide. Okay, yeah, just like that. Next up, we were asking to the people. Okay, take out to. We were asking the people. Okay. Okay. We're asking the people. Okay, next one. We didn't have any trouble to get to the place we were supposed to get to. Add to at the very end. Okay, so we didn't have any trouble. Okay, and then we're going to say getting. We didn't have any trouble getting to the place we were supposed to get to.
Okay.
Okay, so after any trouble, we're going to use getting. Okay, and then add to at the very end. Okay, let's see, to at the end. Okay, and let's see, last one. There are always people that knows the place. Okay, there are always people that know. Okay, that know the place where you're at. Okay, so instead of people knows, people know.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, nice job. Thank you. Let's see, Antonio. Okay, Antonio, are you good at reading maps? Okay, if you get lost, do you usually try to find where you are by yourself, or do you ask for help?
Telling the truth, I am a man and I don't like ask for directions.
Okay.
But my wife is always bothering me. You have to ask for directions to the people, but I don't want it. I think I'm really good at reading maps, but last year we were in Ireland, and I don't know why the GPS it was failing because we went to the right hand side, but the GPS was saying me that I was going to the left hand side. I don't know why.
Oh wow!
We get to a little village near Dublin, and who is called Drum Drum. And I usually said when I got lost, we want to get to Drum Drum.
Okay, all right. So did you finally end up getting there?
No. No. The people say that Dublin is an impossible city without a GPS. I was using I used the GPS of the mobile phone of my son, and it's very little because we couldn't use the GPS of my phone or my cell phone or my wife's cell phone because the roaming.
The roaming charges, it would have cost a lot of money.
Yes, that's why.
Sure. Okay. All right, very good. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I'm a man. I don't like to ask for directions. Yeah, I learned at a young age from my dad, because my dad was like that. And I said, "Pfft," because I don't like to take a long time to get to places. I'm very impatient, and so if the immediate second I'm lost, I go, all right, let's stop and talk with someone. Got to do it. I don't want to drive around forever. Okay, so here he said, I don't like ask for directions. Okay, after like, you either have to use the gerund. Okay. I don't like asking for directions, or I don't like to ask. After like, you can use either one. Okay. Yeah. So you would either need to use to ask or asking there. Okay. Or asking. Okay. Next one here. You have to ask to the people. Okay. So after ask. Okay, if you're asking someone, we do not use the word to. Okay, so you have to ask the people.
Okay.
Okay. Next up, I don't know why it was failing. Okay. In this situation, I probably would have used, because you were talking about the GPS. So we were traveling, and I don't know why it failed. Okay, I probably would choose. I don't know. So maybe in the situation to use failing, okay, or to use the past progressive like that, I would say constantly. I don't know why it was constantly failing. Okay, to let me know that it was happening over and over again. Because if something fails, it usually happens once, and then it's done. Okay,
No.
so here to help my mind understand that it's continuing to happen. Like you would type in something and it would take you to the wrong place. You do it again, it would take you to the wrong place again. Okay, so you might want to use an adverb in there, like constantly or frequently or continuously, something like that. Okay, if not, then it would need to be simple past. I don't know why it failed. Okay. Okay, next one here. I was saying, or it was saying me to go to the left side. So it was telling me.
Okay.
Telling me. Okay, so with this, the rule is tell someone, say something. Okay, so if the action is going to a person, you're going to use the verb tell. If it's going to a thing, or if something is being said, then use the verb say. Okay.
Okay.
Last one, the mobile of my son, my son's mobile, or mobile. Okay. Using that possessive s.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Carolina. Let's see here. Okay. Let's get away from the lost questions. Let's go to this one here. Okay, so Carolina, what are the advantages and disadvantages of traveling alone or in a group? Okay, so yeah, choose one. Choose which one you prefer, and then talk to us about the advantages of traveling alone or in a group. Carolina, your microphone is still muted.
Okay.
There we go.
Ready? Okay. In my case, I prefer to travel alone because in this way I can go to anywhere that I want. So I can for example have lunch in a good restaurant. Different if I go to with a group, I have to have dinner with all group.
Okay, so you have to go wherever the group goes, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you're by yourself, you can go wherever you want. Have you traveled someplace by yourself before?
Yes, my last vacation, I went to Peru with my mom, and it was wonderful because visited a lot of interesting places that than the group offered me, something like that.
Oh, what's that?
With my mom, we went to interesting places, and for example, when we looking for tourist plans, I couldn't find that place in a tour.
Ah, okay, okay. So you went with your mom, and you guys didn't have any troubles getting any place because it was just you two, and you didn't have to make a group decision, right?
Oh, right.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Let's see here. So I only could get a couple of things because your microphone was a little muddled, meaning that that I couldn't hear everything. It wasn't because you weren't speaking clearly. It's probably because of a microphone issue. Okay. But it wasn't too bad. Okay. So here you said first up, in this way I can go to anywhere I want. Okay. So first up here, you don't need to say in this way. Okay. You just say this way. So I prefer to travel alone because this way I can go. Now here we don't need to say to either. Okay. We just say I can go anywhere I want. Okay. So this way I can go anywhere I want. Okay. Now your last one here, good correction on visited. Yes, you definitely need to put that in past tense. Okay. So we visited a lot of interesting places. Okay. So instead of saying a lot of interesting place, okay, if you say a lot, you need to pluralize that and put in places. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Thank you, Carolina.
Thank you too.
Good. Let's go to David. All right, David. David, have you ever been camping, or do you often go camping? If you do, what's your experience in doing that?
I did it years ago when I was young with my schoolmates. I think when I was 15 or 16 years old, and I really enjoyed it because you can feel and experiment the sensation of freedom, and you can walk along the mountain and sing and make a fire, and I think it's very, very fun. But now I have a problem because I'd like to do it, but my wife doesn't think like me, and we prefer now going to a hotel or an apartment. But I'd like to do this with my children because I think it's a very, very good experience. I like it.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Yeah, and that's kind of my situation as well. My wife doesn't really enjoy camping. I love it. This last weekend I went camping, and yeah, it was a blast. We chose a mountain and we hiked up the mountain. It was great. It was really fun. Okay, let's see here. So you can feel the experiment of freedom. Okay.
Experience. I was trying to say this.
Okay, so that you were correcting yourself. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, you can experience freedom, okay, when you go camping, or you experience. Yeah, I might. So when you go camping, you can. Yeah, no, you can use can in that situation. Yeah, you can experience the feeling, experience the feeling of freedom. That's okay. Okay, yeah. So I would use the feeling of freedom here. Okay. Next one, and sing at many campfire. Okay. Here we're going to use, instead of saying at, we're going to use around. And if we're saying many, okay, it's going to be campfires. Okay. So it's and sing around many campfires.
Okay.
Okay, because you typically sit around them, right?
Yes.
And last one, okay, you said we prefer now going to a hotel or apartment. Okay. Here, there's a couple of different ways you can say this. You can emphasize now by starting off with it saying, well, now we prefer going to a hotel or apartment. Okay. Or you can switch it and put it in between the subject and the verb. Okay. We now prefer going.
Okay.
Okay, instead of putting it in between prefer and going. Right,
Okay.
so those are our two options. Starting off with it, and this is going to be emphasize. We prefer. So you would pause a little bit by saying now we prefer going. Okay, or putting it in between we and prefer. We now prefer going. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Thank
All
you.
right, nice job, David. Thank you. All right, let's see here, John.
Hi.
All right, John, let's see here. Okay, do you like going to places where there are lots of other people or to more isolated places, and why?
It's a tricky question, but I will say that I like more isolated places. The reason why is because you can enjoy the place better if it's at a crowd. For example, I love scuba diving, and the best places that you can go is sometimes are isolated islands where you can really enjoy the dive. Because if you have a lot of divings around you, sometimes their behavior is erratic, and you cannot enjoy it. And you know, when you are diving, the behavior of your partners or the people are underwater, it could affect you the time that you are diving or how is the whole experience. And for this reason, I think for me it's better in isolated places. Or as well, if you are in a city, sometimes if you are in a crowded city, it's more difficult to find I don't know, if you are, for example, if you are in France and you get to visit a museum, sometimes you cannot enjoy the museum because a lot of people is coming, and you know these groups that move in I don't know how to say in English this, when you have a big group of animals moving every
A herd. It's called a herd.
A herd, yes, like a herd, and they don't care about the I don't know, the art or anything. They are just taking photos, and they disturb the environment, and you cannot enjoy really the environment.
Okay.
Or the art that you have around, because they don't care about that. They just take photos and tag the place, and that's it. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little grumpy, but this is my experience.
Sure. No, not at all. That's cool. Okay, good. Excellent. So let's take a look here. Okay. First up is a pronunciation. Okay. And this is pronounced spora. Okay, sporadic.
Sporadic. Okay.
Okay, one more time. Sporadic.
Sporadic.
Good. Okay. Next one here. You said the behavior of your partners. Okay. So we're going to say your partner's behavior.
Your partner's behavior. Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. Your partner's behavior using the S there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. And sometimes, let's say if you're in Paris or whatnot, and a lot of people is coming, a lot of people are. Okay. Mm-hmm. And probably to describe this, okay, we say are coming your way. Mm-hmm. Okay. And a lot of people are coming your way. That's how we would describe that kind of that herd feeling. We're like, oh man, what are we gonna do? Get out of the way, right? Okay. So a lot of people are coming your way. Okay. Now you can also use this in a way. So let's say, for example, if you're someplace and you see a beautiful woman or whatnot, and you're like, oh man, you see her, and your friend says, who? Oh, the one that's walking our way.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so walking our way, walking towards you. Okay, or the one that's coming our way. Okay, so that's how we describe that action. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Last one here. You can't enjoy really the environment. Okay. You can't really enjoy the environment. Okay. So we're going to take really, and we're going to place it in between can't and enjoy.
Okay.
Okay. You can't. Oops. Enjoy the environment. Okay. All right. Nice job. Nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, very good. Let's see here. Marco. Marco, let's have you unmute your microphone. There you go, buddy. Hi. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How about yourself?
Fine. This is my first time in Berlin, so I'm so glad to hear you.
Yeah, it's good to have you here as well. So, yeah, I did mute you because there was some noise and whatnot that was coming from your background and whatnot. But yeah, just be mindful of when other people are speaking and whatnot. You can usually have your microphone off. That'll be okay. So, Marco, where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
From Brazil. Okay, very nice. What part of Brazil?
São Paulo.
São Paulo. Okay, very cool. Very cool. All right, so let's see here. Okay. Okay, Marco, do you think all public transport should be free? Okay, what would be the advantages and disadvantages of this? So when you travel or whatnot, should you have to pay for traveling on the bus or the subway or something like that? Okay, or should it be free? What would be the advantages and disadvantages of that? What do you think?
Okay, I think that it must be charged. I mean, it's not the transportation could not be free because I think if you pay for the transportation, you can help the government, and so they can so the government can do something better for the poor people. So I think the transportation, this public transportation must be charged.
Okay, so that's the advantage, so that the government can do something for the poor people. What would be the disadvantage if it was free? What do you think?
I think you know, here in São Paulo there are a lot of people, so if the transportation would be free, I think it would be crowded. So we don't have enough buses to transportate everybody here in São Paulo.
Okay. 1 second here. Okay. Good. Okay. Let's take a look here. So first up, you said I think it could not be free. Okay. So here, based on the question there is, do you think all public transport should be free? Okay. So you want to take your answer right from the question. So if they're using should in there, okay, use that same modal. Say should. I think it shouldn't be free. Okay, so you want to use that same thing. Okay, so shouldn't be free.
Perfect.
Okay, next one here. If the transportation would be free, okay, I think it would be crowded. All right, so now we're getting into our conditional tenses. Okay, with conditional tenses, you have two parts of your statement. One part has the word if, the other part has the word would or will in it. Okay, depending on which condition you're using. So in this particular part, you said if the transportation would be free. Okay, this is incorrect because we have if and would on the same side of the sentence. Okay, so in this situation, we're going to use second conditional. Okay, and give me 1 second here. Conditional. Oops. Okay, here we are. Okay, so here with our conditionals, we are right here. Okay, so with second conditional, okay, it's going to be if plus past tense, okay, would plus base form. And this is used in unreal or hypothetical situations. Okay, so if you won the lottery, what would you buy? So if we were to rewrite this, this would be if the transportation were free, okay, I think it would be crowded.
Okay.
Okay, do you see that? So if it were, okay, so we have if plus were in this situation, okay, and then it's going to be it would, and then be would be the base form, and so would plus be. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay,
Sure.
good.
Thank you.
And the last one here, what did you say here? So to transported. Okay, so all right, yeah. So you were saying that it's difficult to transported everyone. Okay, so we can't say transported. It would just be to transport. If you're using to in front, you've got to use that base form, or this is the infinitive form. So saying to transport instead of to transported, right?
Okay. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
good. Thank you. All right, excellent. Great. Let's go to Philip. Okay, Philip.
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher.
Yeah. Have you ever had an accident while traveling? Okay, and this could be anything. Maybe you were walking and you tripped and fell, or you're actually driving in a car, or someone else was driving and it happened, or you're walking up the steps someplace, or something like that. Have you ever had any type of accident while traveling?
Yes, I've got an accident when I was young, a young driver. It was an evening, so I was coming back home. Then there was a truck parked on my way, so I didn't see it quickly. So I enter under the truck. Then the passenger I was with called the ambulance, come and take me to the hospital. It was very cold because I've lost too much blood. I feel very cold. I think, and there was nobody to care on me. So nothing to cover. So it was very cold. They came and the doctor came and just tried to dress my wounds. And then I fell asleep. It was at the morning that I wake up and realize what have happened at night.
Wow. Wow, that's scary. That's scary. Yeah, being in a car accident is not fun. Not fun. All right, thank you for sharing. Let's take a look here, Philip.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, so first up here, you said I've got an accident while I was a young driver. Okay, instead of I've got, okay, we're going to say I had.
Okay.
I had an accident.
Yes, that's so.
Okay. Next, it was evening. Okay. If you say it was evening, I would probably say in. I would use a prepositional phrase there, saying it was in the evening.
Okay, it was in the evening.
Yes. If you just say evening, then I might say it was evening time. Okay, and you can say that.
It was an evening.
It was an evening. Oh, I didn't hear an in front of it. Yeah, but it can't be an evening either. Okay, so it would either need to be it was in the evening or it was evening time.
Okay, yes.
Would be okay to say. Okay.
Yes.
Next, I didn't see it quickly. Okay, instead of quickly, we're going to say fast enough.
Okay, I didn't see it fast enough.
Fast enough would be our what we want to use. Okay, next one here. The passenger that was with me called the ambulance. Come and take me to the hospital. Okay, so here the first part of this is okay, but it's in between ambulance and come. Okay, so he called the ambulance to come and take me. Okay, so you need to have two in between there. We can't just say come.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a couple things you can do here. You can say to come.
I think I said that. I think so. Or
Okay.
I
Now
want to
you
do
can't
that.
you can't just say that either. You could say so that. Now if you do say that, you have to start the sentence. You have to give me a subject again. Okay. So the passenger that was with me called the ambulance so that they could come and get me. Okay. If you say that, you then have to give me a subject in here. They could come and take me. Okay, or whatnot. Okay, so those are your two options: adding the word, the preposition to there, or if you say so that, then you have to change the organization just a little bit more. Okay. All right. Next one. There was nobody to care of me. It's going to be to care for me.
To care for me. Okay.
To care for me, and instead of saying at the morning, it's in the morning.
Oh, in the morning. Okay.
In the morning. The only one that is at night.
Okay.
Okay, so it's in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night. Okay?
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Good. All right, nice job. Thank you. Okay, going back to the top here with Amparo. All right, let's see here. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, let's do that. That's fine. We'll just keep going down the line. That's all right. So, Amparo, if you compare the train, bus, and airport systems in your country, which is the cheapest? Which is the most efficient? Which is the safest in terms of accidents?
Well, if I compare, generally here we don't have train, just one of the them that is a touristic one, that is expensive. But the usual media that we use is bus and an airplane. The buses are really cheap. For example, inside my city, a bus is just 25 cents. But if you refer to terms of accidents, generally in between the cities, sometimes when it's a long journey, like 12 hours, I'm afraid to go in by bus, just because I think that the driver can get tired, and then you can suffer an accident just because of he can be sleepy during the long journey. And I consider that the airplane is safer because you can fly so quickly in between the principal cities in my country. But when you have to go to a small towns that they don't have a flight every single day, well, you don't have another option, just the buses. It's cheap. Between, for example, my city and the capital, that is about 8 hours, it's just $10. And yes, it's the cheapest
So
media.
8 hours for 10. So it's $10, and you travel for 8 hours.
Yes, by bus.
Good
yes.
gravy, that's awesome.
Yes, the fuel is cheap here, so that is why.
Wow, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, let's see here. Good job. Good job. Okay. All right, so here you said the usual media that we use. Okay, so media is for like the news or whatnot. So it's TV or newspaper or okay, things like that. I think that what you wanted to say was the usual medium of transportation. So it's medium of transportation. So it looks like that. Medium.
Okay.
Media. Okay, next one. Instead of saying inside my city, okay, the bus is just 25 cents. It would be just in my city.
In my city. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Next, pronunciation of tired instead of tired. Tired. The bus driver could get tired.
The bus driver could be tired.
There you go. Good. And your last one, then you could suffer an accident. Okay. We don't necessarily suffer accidents. We typically have them. Okay. So then you might have an accident, or you might get into an accident. Okay. So you might have, okay, or get into an accident. Like so. Okay. Very good. All right. Nice job. Thank you. Okay. Good. Let's go to Antonio.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's skip that one. Let's go to this one here. So, Antonio, what method of transport do you usually use most often?
Without hesitation, I drive my car more often than traveling by the air or by plane or get the train. I currently make per year 50,000 kilometers every year during the last 14 years, and I use every day the car.
Okay, is that just for work or to go on trips as well?
No, I usually make trips for work.
Okay, gotcha. And so do they supply a car for you, or is that your own car and you have to pay for your own maintenance?
No, I have a supply car. I have the car of my company.
Yeah, I at one point I got involved with a company where I had to use my own car, and they paid me for the maintenance. Never worked out because they always fought against the costs and whatnot. So yeah, it's better to have a car that they take care of. So, okay, all right, very good. Okay, so here, instead of saying traveling by the air or by the train or something like that, it's just going to be traveling by air or by train. Okay? So there's no need for the article there. Okay. So by air or by train. Okay. And last one. Okay, you did fairly well. Okay, it is I use every day the car. Okay.
Yes.
Put your object before you tell me how often you do it. I use the car, or in fact, my car. Okay, so that we know that you're talking about what you use specifically. Okay, I use my car every day.
Okay.
Very good. All right, nice job, Antonio. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. Let's go to Carolina.
Okay, I am here.
All right, Carolina, if you are traveling through a country, what is the best way to see the countryside? The countryside is anything outside of the major cities.
Okay. When I was a child, I usually went with my family to the countryside by car, because when we were traveling in that way, we met a lot of people and also ate a lot of typical food. So I prefer traveling by car.
Okay, all right, very nice. Nice job. I only have one here for you. You said when we are traveling in that way.
In that way, again, that way.
Yeah, in that way. So it's a translation directly from Spanish. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. I do the same thing sometimes when I'm speaking Spanish and I say something. I go, wow, that sounded very American. I have to change it. Okay, so yeah, we do it sometimes. Okay, it happens. So the best thing is just is in classes like this, if you recognize that you have a pattern of speaking, Okay, like right now, it's been 2 times in a row. Okay, you're saying in that way. Okay, all you need to say is when we're traveling that way.
That way.
Okay, no need for the preposition in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we use in for a lot of things, and
Yeah.
in English it's not necessary to use that.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, in English it's not necessary. But now that you know that that's an issue, when you're answering, okay, maybe record yourself, or when you're talking to other people or something like that. If you're going through questions, record yourself and see how you're answering these type of questions. See if you use that more often than not. See if there's a pattern. If you've developed a pattern, work on undoing it. Okay, and that's the best way to get rid of it. Okay.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Good. No problem. Let's see here, David.
Okay.
Okay, David. What unusual method of transport would you most like to try out?
For example, I'd like to travel by helicopter.
Okay.
Yes.
Why would you? That's the only thing I haven't been on either. I think helicopter would be awesome. Okay, so tell me why would you like to travel by helicopter?
I think traveling by helicopter, I could avoid the traffic jam, and I think I could impress all my friends and women, and I will become the most famous guy on my town, I think. And for my children, I would be the best dad of the world, and I think it would be very, very fun.
Okay, good. Hold on one second. Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, how cool would that be to arrive to work in your helicopter? You land on top of it. That's just cool. Okay, great. Let's see here. So, you said, okay, I would be the best dad of the world. Okay, instead of the world, it would be in the world. I'd be the best dad in the world. Or a lot of times we say in the whole world, and we actually say in the whole wide world. We make it bigger than it actually is. So, in the whole wide world. That's a very common way to express that. Okay. Good. Yeah. Everything else was just fine. You didn't have any other grammatical errors that you made at all.
Okay. I think it's because I really want to travel by helicopter.
Yeah. You're really excited. You're focused on it. You want to make sure it happens one day. All right. Excellent. Nice. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. Jean, we're going to skip the road, and we're going to go to hotels. Okay? So, Jean, what do you like or dislike about staying at hotels?
The food.
Okay.
I used to be a project manager, and I used to travel a lot. And the worst part of the hotels are the food. The food is awful. If you want to try the real food in the country that you are visiting, the best way to do that is go to the street and eat outside the hotels. Yes, I think it's the worst part.
Okay. Where's the what place is the worst? Oh goodness, how can I say this? Where was the worst place that you had where was the place where you had the worst food? There we go.
I think in my country, in Mexico, and maybe it's because I know how the food tastes, and maybe in other countries I'm not really an expert of the local food. But I think in my country, yeah.
Yeah, you know what really made me mad? So I'm from Arizona.
Okay.
From Arizona, just directly north, or one of the states directly north of California. Okay. Mm-hmm. Not California, Mexico. Mm-hmm. So we have fairly authentic Mexican food there. Okay, it's probably not as authentic as and I've been to Mexico. I've had food there and whatnot. Okay,
Uh-huh.
this is what really made me mad. Okay, I was living in Costa Rica for a time, and I find out that there's this Mexican restaurant. I'm missing Mexican food because I mean, I haven't had it, and the only thing that we had was Taco Bell, which.
Oh,
right?
no.
Okay, so I hear about this one place. This guy, they say he's from Mexico. Okay, and he came here and he established a Mexican restaurant in this city that I was living in Costa Rica. I was like, all right, let's do it. I'm so hungry. I want some Mexican food. Okay, I go there. And it was not at all authentic Mexican food. He was Mexican, but someone who was not Mexican was making the food. It was terrible. I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
I wanted a big, huge plate, rice, beans, just I wanted everything, and it made me so mad. I was so frustrated. So frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he didn't cook it. He had other people cooking it, Amparo. Yeah, so I don't know what the deal was. Anyway, okay, and I've yet to have. Well, actually, I went back to the States. I mean, there are some places that are pretty good. Not as authentic, but it's much better than Taco Bell. Okay.
You'll be surprised that I found a place where you can find a better tacos than in Mexico, in New York City. In Manhattan.
In New York City.
Yes.
And are like the taco stands?
Yes. It's the market is called Chelsea Market, I think. It's in front of the Google.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Yeah. It's in front of the Google offices, and inside they have a restaurant. It's called Taco Número Uno or something like that.
Really?
Is better than in Mexico.
That's great. I love it. Cool. All right, let's take a look here. So first up, you said the worst part are the food. Okay, it's gonna be the worst part is. Okay, worst part is the food. Okay, is the food. Okay, and last one here. Go to A Street. Now here. Even though this is the first time and you're following those rules, right? And this is one of the screwy things about English, right? So first time you're mentioning going to the street, okay? But we don't necessarily say a street in this situation, because we're just saying the street, maybe the one right in front of it or something like that. So instead of saying go to a street, any street that's out there, we just say the street.
Okay.
Okay, there's no real reason for it. It's just the way that we say it. Okay, so go to the street and eat outside the hotel. Okay, instead of eating in. Okay, but everything else that you said was pretty spot on. Okay, nice job.
Okay. Thank you.
Nice job. Cool. All right, let's see here, Marco.
Hi, Shad.
Hey, all right. So Marco, what are the best hotels in your area, and what's so good about them? So if I were to go to Sao Paulo and to go on vacation, okay, what hotel should I stay at, and why should I stay there?
Okay. In fact, I'm on vacation right now, and I'm going to this hotel that I'll tell you tomorrow. It's Bourbon Resort. This hotel is in Atibaia, São Paulo. It's good because we have a good food there. We have infrastructure for kids, and for me, I like sports. I like to play soccer. I like to play volleyball. So there are squares there. In fact, the soccer teams in São Paulo, they go to this hotel to train there. So you have official field. Maybe this is the correct or not? Field.
Well, it would be a field, yeah, but not an offshore. It would be just a field, like a soccer field. So you could say a nearby soccer field, something like that would be okay.
Yeah, so they have an official field there. So the
Okay.
Dimensions is equal. The dimensions are equal to official fields here in São Paulo. So it's good because of that.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, excellent. All right, let's take a look here. So, and it's so strange that you're from Brazil and you like football. I mean, seriously. No, I'm just kidding.
7-1. This is the official joke.
Okay, let's see here. So we have a good food there. Okay, so food does not require the article. Okay, we have good food there. If you want to say an amount or whatnot, you could say we have some good food there. But yeah, we have good food there is just fine. So no need for a. Okay. Next one. You had said squares. I don't know what you're referring to by squares. There are squares there. Do you mean fields?
It's for example, for volleyball. Is a square or field?
Yeah, so volleyball. Let's see, volleyball. It's in the sand. Is it in the sand or is it in? Is it on like a hard surface?
It's indoor. Indoor.
Okay, so it's going to be volleyball courts. Volleyball courts.
Cool. Shoot, yeah, you're right.
Volleyball courts, so like that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Amparo. But it's different. So if it is outdoors in the sand, it's going to be a volleyball pit.
Pit.
Yeah, like so, a volleyball pit. Okay, because it's in the sand. Okay. And last one here, you said it's good because that. Okay. Now here you need to say because of. It's good because of that, or because you mentioned a few things, you would say it's good because of those things.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Like so. Awesome. All right, nice job. Nice job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Philip, let's go to you. And let's see here. Let's go to, all right, okay, so Philip, what differences would you expect between a 4-star and a 2-star hotel? What do you think, Philip?
I think the difference will come at the level of the services, the quality. I think the 4 stars have a better service than the 2 stars. And
okay, like what? Like what kind of services?
Like serving the food, dressing the rooms, and welcome the client. So the 4 stars, you will feel very comfortable there than the 2 stars.
Okay.
Yes. That's what I think.
All right. Okay, good. Give me 1 second here. Okay, good. All right, let's take a look here real quick. Okay, so, all right, you said the difference will come at the level of services, okay? Instead of saying the difference will come, okay, you could say the differences are found.
Yes, are found.
Okay, so are found, and then we're going to say in the level of service.
Yes, in the level.
Okay, in the level of service. Okay. Now, dressing the rooms. Okay, instead of dressing, it's going to be the cleaning. Cleaning the rooms. Okay, or the room service.
Okay, room services.
Okay. Here, okay, because you're saying dressing and whatnot, we're going to say welcoming. So so it comes in. Okay, the level of service in cleaning the rooms, in welcoming the client. So we need to use that the same verb form there.
Yes, sir. Yes, teacher.
Okay. So welcoming. Okay, and then the last one here, you're doing a comparison. The 4-star, you will feel very comfortable there than the 2-star. Okay, now here you want to say you will feel more comfortable than at the 4-star. Okay, so we're going to say more comfortable than at and at the 2-star. Okay.
Okay, teacher.
All right, very cool. Okay, you guys, well, thank you very much for coming to class. I know I went over just a little bit. Enjoy the other classes that are available. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Thank
Thank you, teacher.
All right, everyone, take care. We'll see you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.